Hey, what's up everybody, this is Osurvival1 and today I'm going to be back in Fallout 76 and today I'm going to be showing you guys what I think is the best legendary farm currently in the game. Now this spot is also super good for a ton of other stuff. XP, just basic materials, caps, ammo, just tons of stuff because these mobs that you're killing just drop tons of different stuff. Now this is going to be at the White Spring Golf Course and I'll show you guys where it is on the map. If you have this teleport point, right when you spawn in, you're going to be looking at the building you're killing everything in or where all the mobs spawn. So there's this 2-floor building that basically just spawns dozens of feral ghouls and basically one boss. That's pretty much always at least for higher levels, it's always a Wendigo or a bloated glowing one. And you're just going to go through and kill all of the feral ghouls in here. Now some of the stuff about this is that there are quite a bit of legendaries that can spawn in here. Like I've gotten I think up to 4 or 5 legendary spawns in here. But other mobs in here seem to also be able to drop legendaries. I've never seen any other spot in the game where normal mobs that aren't legendary mobs or starred mobs, some of them don't have the legendary in their name but do have stars. But besides that, I've never seen any normal mobs that don't have either be able to drop legendaries. And it happens in here. And it's either just the spot is broken. For some reason, the spot for normal mobs have super high increased legendary drop chance. Or it might be something with the looting at this spot, like the actual bodies. So there's so many mobs here, and since other people farm here, and if you come farm here multiple times, you'll randomly see blood piles of like that have no loot in them because they've been killed before and haven't despawned, even though all the mobs will be back for you to kill. I don't know if it's because mobs are stacking up too much, even if there's no other blood piles there, and it's just the piles of the stuff you killed which quickly turn into the piles of blood. I don't know if it's that maybe they stack up and like the loot somehow gets transferred to different ones or something like that, but there's just so many mobs here that even the blood piles can get stacked up and you might not be able to get some loot. But there's a few different ways you can farm this spot. Now if you're lower level or not very geared, even if you're lower level and you're decently geared, like you have some good weapons or a good build, this spot should be somewhere in your level range. I know I've come here and pretty much everything's been level 9 because the lower level's been here. Then I've been here and there's been a bunch of level 22s, then up at my level, which is pretty much max, which is 42s and 63s, I'm pretty sure the higher ones are. But there's a few ways you can farm. The easiest way to farm if you're not super geared is, you'll see in the video, you basically go outside, you run through the building, you basically just wake everything up, aggro them, run outside, and you go up to this little ledge you can sit on, that if you sit next to the edge, they can only hit you sometimes. Not a lot of the time. They'll keep trying to hit you, and you can just hit down on them with weapons. You can even hit them with melee weapons as well, and they won't be able to hit you really, so you're able to do it much easier. Now they do stack up there, so there is, I think, a little bit of chance that you can lose loot because the bodies are so stacked up, and I think if they stack up too much and turn to blood piles, the blood piles will be completely stacked and you won't be able to get ones that are under it. You can spread them out a little bit. And if you just sit up there, you're pretty good. They will run away sometimes, but if you just stay close to the edge, they will come back. Or if you jump down, they'll also come back. Now, stuff you can also do if you're going outside, if you're using that strategy, or if you're not, if you're just kiting around the open, there are tons of vehicles around. You can blow up these vehicles, and it does a ton of AoE damage to all of this stuff. So you can normally kill normal mobs pretty easily with that. And then there's the way I do it, which since I'm much more geared, I'm like level 115 now. I think I level up to 115 in the video actually. I have pretty good melee weapons and a decent melee build. And I can just run around and kill everything. I have a bunch of meds and stuff. I'm super endgame, so I'm able to just run around and kill everything in there. Except for the part where someone nukes this spot, which is actually pretty popular with people who know about like how to nuke, have nuked before, and know about this spot. And actually in the video, when I was recording footage for this, I was going to do the different runs of how you can do it, and I spawned into a server that was nuked here already. so I couldn't even do the glitch to get infinite weight so I could move around quicker. But as you see, if this place is nuked, it's all gloated blowing ones at like the max level they can be at, and those are super strong. They hit me even with, I think, the best power armor of the game. They hit me really hard, so I did the easier spot with those ones because they're all bloated glowing ones, and they're giving you tons of rads as well. So if you want to nuke the spot, if you're super endgame and you want to nuke the spot, as you see, I got a good amount of legendaries from the bloated glowing ones because they kind of mimic the mobs that were there before. They're just higher level. I don't think there's as many, but the legendaries you get if you nuke the spot are pretty much all level 50. So you can get your max level ones, even if it's terrible rolls, don't have 3 stars. It's a much higher chance to get like those god tier rolls that are max level items with really good affixes on them and stuff like that. Now, besides that, there are, I think, 3 cap stash spawns in here. There's a few magazine spawns. There's a few bobblehead spawns. And then there's just tons of other loot around the building that you can pick up. You know, all the plates, just all the scrap and stuff. Especially if you using the unlimited weight glitch. You can just pick up everything and go scrap it and do your run of killing everything. Now, if you're doing this with a group, tagging might be a little bit hard. But if you're doing it with a group, you can kind of glitch it a bit, and once you're done clearing stuff, you can have someone else come in and it can respawn everything again. It's kind of weird how that works. It seems like if you're in a group and you all go a certain distance away, like just run away from the building and come back, that it'll just spawn them back up. But I've been able to recreate that super accurately. So just go ahead and try that out with a group or something. It's much easier to farm solo, especially if you can kill stuff quickly, because you don't have to worry about letting everyone tag everything to get XP and get loot and all that type of stuff. But that is pretty much just a farm. I'm going to let the footage, I'm going to finish the video with just a bunch of footage, depending on however long I talk, so you guys can see the ways I farm it and how you guys are able to farm it if you're having difficulties just running through like I do and killing everything. But this is probably the best legendary farm spot in the game. I think it's kind of broken, to be honest. Just how many mobs are in this one little area. It's pretty crazy. But subscribe if you want to see more Fallout 76 content. We're going to be doing tons more videos on farms, on glitches, updates, all that type of stuff. Let me know in the comments how you guys like this farm. Let me know any cool legendaries you guys have been getting here, because there's definitely a bunch of legendaries that I haven't even seen a bunch of legendary affixes on weapons I've gotten in game, like explosive and stuff like that. So let me know what kind of legendaries you guys are getting here, if you guys got any cool ones, and thanks for watching.